of the record to testify that Johannes sought my assistance after the JVs have signed, because that one did not succeed, so that we can enter the Angolan market. And at page, and I told him I cannot, like what I've testified yesterday again. And at page 103 of my record, Johannes informed me that, page 102 of my record, my lord, Johannes informed me that he was assisted by Mr. Gustavo to set up some meeting in Angola. That was now 2013.
Let's go on. The point of contention has always been.
Oh, sorry, I'm not. That's the last one, my lord.
Yes.
Since we were talking about Namgoma, yesterday we end up at Namgoma, at page 373. No, I just want to, before we just move on.
My objection.
Is it related to the same issue?
No, it's because you mentioned about Namgoma now being awarded a quota after the JVs have signed.
My lord, I have not asked the question of Nangomas yet. I was going on consultancy and I said, let's deal with the issue of consultancy now.
My understanding, I thought you said, after the JVs have signed, other quotas that were caught by Samherji, it was Namgoma and Fishko. And yesterday, we also deal with Namgoma. That's why I was referring to documents 70, 71, and 72 yesterday, my lord.
Okay, let's do this. Whatever that you want to clarify now, do that so that you can allow Mr. Ipinge now to continue with his cross-examination.
Must I do it now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, my lord. So at page 373 of my bail record, my lord, this was the cross-examination from Mr. Ipinge when he was crossing me, my lord. Page 373.
Yes.
So this is what he said. Oh, sorry, 378, my lord. Sorry, 378. So this is what Mr. Ipinge said. Namgoma only received a quota, and they were only nominated to apply for the quota in June 2014. Is that correct? So I answer now. My lord, which Namgoma now? There is Namgoma Peshka, Namibia. There is Namgoma Peshka, SA, Namgoma Peshka, Limited. Because Namgoma Peshka Limited in Angola was already awarded a quota in January, early 2014, my lord. Johannes informed me that there was a quota issued in Angola for Namgoma Peshka. Then Mr. Ipinge said, Mr. Hatuikulipi, you are being charged for Namgoma Peshka, Namibia. Is that not? Then I say, that's correct. Then you continue, that is what we are here, and that is what we are concentrating on. Then I say, that's correct. So the reason why I'm bringing this, my lord, that's why I was referring to documents 70, 71, and 72 in my document. Because what I'm charged of, I've conspired with my co-accused to set up Namgoma and the catching agreement between, so to set up Namgoma Peshka Namibia and a catching agreement between Namgoma Peshka Namibia and Samherji. That's why I was referring to documents 70, 71, and 72. Because it made it clear. I'm only charged, we don't need to talk about Namgoma, Angola, whatever, because I'm not charged for that. I'm only charged for Namgoma Peshka Namibia.
All right, that's fine, no? Mr. Ipinge, you may proceed.
Before we go to Namgoma, we need to finalize this issue of the consultancy.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. So, we really want to understand the consultancy because Mr. Johannes has explained that there was no consultancy. The huge payments that you have received totaling up to 75 million and more was bribe money. You understand that?
That's what he's alleging?
Yes. Now, I want to understand, was when you were negotiating with the Samherji group of companies, was there a rate with regards to, because you said it was regarding getting them quotas or right holders to sign up with them, Was there a rate at which you will be paid for a quota that you secure?
My Lord, I've answered to that question. There was no rate. Even in the agreement, it does not say so, my Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there an agreement to determine how then you will be paid?
No, there was no such agreement, my Lord.
Is there any email communication in the bundle that you have now provided before this court? My Lord, I'm just waiting for you to. Or should I just
I'm following.
continue?
Yes.
Oh, okay. For you to determine the commission, was there any agreement on how you were going to determine the commission?
No, like what I've testified, my Lord, no, there was no agreement. What happened, based on the revenue from the operation, Samherji will call me and tell me how much I should invoice, my Lord. That's what was happening.
What is the
And
difference?
it was done verbally, my Lord.
Can you tell us the difference between a commission and a consultancy?
A commission and a consultancy.
Mhm.
Consultancy is the work that you do as per the agreement, as it defines in the agreement that you have signed with the, as it has been signed between the parties.
You offer advice.
No, what the definitions are there in the agreement. You have the agreement with you? The
Yes.
services are there.
What services were you to deliver?
To get them clients, to buy the product, to advise Samherji, wherever they need me to advise them on, and to find any business development, new opportunity for them.
To find out.
Correct. And the catching agreement, the first MOU was to get them, to assist Samherji, to get them participate in the fishing industry. That's why the MOU was based on the 3 JVs. Yeah.
And what was then the commission?
The commission.
What did the commission entail? What is commission?
That's why I say the money has been mingled. It's what you
No, no,
get. No, commission is what you get for bringing the clients.
So your definition of the consultancy is to bring the clients?
No. The agreement that has been signed between the work that has been done.
Yes, what
The
is it?
agreement, there are services that are defined in the agreement, my Lord.
Which is? Yes.
Yes.
And what is the commission then?
It's determined by the commission.
Yes.
So when you bring the clients and they are buying the product from Samherji, then they will determine how much commission they will pay you.
At what rate was it
That's
then
why I
agreed?
say there was no such agreement. It's not even in the agreement that
So-
we will pay you such rate for this.
So you have an agreement to say, we'll pay you commission. Yet you have no rate to say, perhaps take 5% of the sales that have been done.
The agreement does not say we'll pay you commission. Does it say that? Can you just bring the agreement and show me in the
Sir,
agreement where it says?
You are the party to
No,
that
you asked
agreement.
me what is a commission, so I was answering to that, my Lord.
Yes. Was
Now
there a rate to say 2% of whatever you sell or whatever is sold to a client that you bring?
There was none, my Lord.
There was none. So was there an agreement to determine how then this commission will be paid?
No, my Lord.
There was none.
Yes.
Yes. So you were just operating in a vacuum.
What do you mean by vacuum? Just make it
With,
simple to me.
with regards to determining the prices, you were just operating in the vacuum. There was nothing that you would base your calculations and your payments on.
No. They do the calculation.
They do the
They
calculation.
do the calculation.
You are
they
the
are
se-
the one who's running the operation. I don't run the operation.
Yes.
Yeah, me is just to deliver as per my mandate, to get the JVs, and I did that. As per the success of the business per year or whatever, then they will tell me to invoice such an amount, and that's what I did. Yes.
Was there any point where you felt that the work that you have done is worth this much?
What? No.
There was never such
No,
point.
this was not such a thing.
But you are the service provider.
Yes, I'm right. You are right.
Yes, exactly. That is exactly why Mr. Stephenson says there were not any agreements on how you will be paid because the only monies you were getting were the bribes for you and your co-accused who were involved in the Namgoma project as well as the Fishco.
Involved in Namgoma and Fishco. I was not involved. And if there was any bribe, my lord, maybe Mr. Ikipinga can just prove the bribe that was paid, and he must also prove that, okay, we have paid this money for this bribe. If he can prove that to the court.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. That this money, it was for this bribe because of A, B, C, and D.
Then we go to, you say, from 2011, when you started doing this work, until 2013, the only payment you received was 300,000.
Yes, and I've explained that.
In fact, the whole of 2012, only 300,000. The whole of 2013, no payment whatsoever. Only from May 2014 were the huge amounts now rolling in from Samherji. You say that was because of cash flow problems.
That's correct.
Now,
And I've testified that in my previous bill, page 100, my lord. Yeah.
now, Samherji and Sharon Neumbo had a relationship, and you are the one who were responsible because Sharon was part of the JVs, correct?
That's correct. She was part of the JV.
And you were the one that, obviously, because you were the consultant of Samherji, that created this connection to this member of the JV, Sharon Neumbo.
No, don't forget that I approached my cousin, James Hatuikulipi, my lord, to assist me, end of December
Through you,
2011.
through you and
So
James.
can I just finish?
Yes.
So James accepted to do the work. So James was the one who was talking to the JVs, my lord.
So that has been recorded.
Yes.
So it was through your connection, either to James, through your employment, or you employing James, that you connected Samherji to Sharon.
Subcontract James.
Yes,
Yes.
you connected them to Sharon.
No. He did his
He
own
did
work.
connect
my
them
lord.
to
Yeah,
Sharon.
he did his own work.
You also attended.
And
the
I've
me-
testified to that.
you also attended meetings where Sharon Nembo was there, James was there, and Samherji was there.
No, I never attended a meeting with
You never
Sharon.
attended
Yes.
Because we have the statement of Sharon Nembo.
Yes.
Again, at page, if I can just go there. At page 350 of the Namgoma bundle. That is now paragraph 13 of a statement. She recorded the following. I made it known to them that other operators were offering signing bonuses and asked what they were offering. Adelstein asked me,
If I may just ascertain for my learned colleague, if the Namgoma bundle is the one that he gave me this morning,
no, the one I gave yesterday.
350.
Not that one.
Which one?
That one.
I'm indebted, my lord, I'm following.
I'll continue. Adelstein asked me what the amount we were expecting is. I was about to say 1 million, but before I could say anything, Fiti spoke to me in Oshiwambo. You are Fiti, right?
That's correct.
In Oshiwambo, and said, whatever you asked, include me. So I said, 1,500,000. They agreed to pay the amount after signing, which they eventually did. After I issued them an invoice, the invoice was issued by a close corporation called Ndatunga Investment, CC, whose bank account has since been closed. The invoice is attached and marked as SN1. When this money was paid, I shared it between Naomi Kefas, who got 450,000, Fiti, who got 200,000, and the rest I kept for myself. The proof of payment to Fiti and the bank statement showing the transaction are attached and marked as N2. The negotiations that were being had at the time was to sign a 1-year usage agreement with Cutler so that we could establish a relationship to see how well we will work together. You understand that? Now,
Yes, that's what the statement says, my lord.
you have also produced the statement in your, or the invoice in your bundle. B54, 54, it's marked B57. That is Sharon Neumbo's email to Johannes Stephenson. It was on the 23rd of January 2012.
The invoice is marked B57.
Yes, it's document 54 in their bundle, marked B57. You can see the invoice of 1.5 million.
Yes, I can see that.
And you said, and it's also referred to as consultancy fee.
That's correct.
Yes. This is because there was no consultancy. This was money she was getting to pay other JV members so that they can support the cost of Samherji.
Are you saying that he's referring to that payment as consultants payment?
The invoice says it's consultants.
Whose invoice?
Sharon Neumbo's invoice.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay.
So this was money to manipulate the JV members.
So you are saying this was not consultancy fee?
Can you wait until I
Oh,
finish
okay,
the
sorry, I
question?
just heard something, sorry.
These were monies to manipulate members in the JV so that they could sign the catch agreement with Samherji. Is that correct?
No, I disagree with that, because I was not part of that meeting.
No. According to Sharon Neumbo,
That's her statement. That's why I'm saying I was not part of that meeting. Because
Sir.
you said the meeting was between Adelston, Sharon, and myself and whoever. But I'm saying I was not part of the meeting.
I understand that.
Yeah.
You have provided this invoice to the court in your bundle. Sharon Neumbo explains the invoice in her statement, which was also disclosed to you.
Okay?
According to her, in her own statement, when she's explaining this invoice, she's saying
Okay.
this was for monies.
Okay. Just a moment, Mr.
Oh,
Ipingi.
is there no objection?
Indeed, so my lord. It's very interesting, the line of questioning of my learned colleague, but I don't know if your lordship has these invoices, has this bundle. Your lordship, these are two different invoices. My learned colleague is trying to portray to this court that the same invoice that Sharon Neumbo is talking about in her statement is the same invoice which has been disclosed at B57 or 54 of our bundle. My lord, these are two different invoices.
Okay.
Can look at them. That's why I said, if your lordship can, there are two different invoices, though of the same amount. There are two different invoices. Even how they are addressed, you know, Sharon Neumbo's invoice is to Cutler Seafood. This invoice that we've disclosed to Esther Ma Fishing, it's not the same invoice, though the same amount. So my learned colleague should refrain from trying to portray it as the same invoice which Sharon explains. That is not correct.
All right, that's fine.
My lord, that is fine. We'll explain that. You see, go to page 388.
No, just on that, my lord, I'm not interrupting my learned colleague, but this is very important. And my learned colleague, maybe on record, should concede and said, yes, he made a mistake on that, because one cannot put, as I said yesterday, wrong facts
No,
to a person in cross-examination.
I
then
heard
he
what-
must withdraw it on record and say, yes, I was mistaken.
Mr. Samherji,
Yes.
that's fine. I took note of your objection.
May it please the court.
There is no way we were going to proceed. Certainly, he was going to give some explanation whether he accepts with the manner in which you observed the documents, whether they are the same or not. Then he deals. Then that's when he will proceed with his cross-examination. Certainly, he will not just proceed without giving an explanation about that.
Yes, my lord, the only reason why I'm rising again, because he just said, that is fine. My lord,
Yes, but
it's
he's
like,
still talking. He
it's
hasn't
like
even
glossing
said
over it.
no.
It's not fine, my lord.
He
because it
hasn't
amounts to
said
misleading.
anything. He hasn't said anything beyond that. So allow him some time to deal with the issue.
May it please the
If
court.
he does not, the court is going to ensure that he makes it clear to the court as to whether he was mistaken in the manner in which he dealt with the documents.
May it please the court.
Yes.
Yes, let us go to page 388 of our bundle. Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, last time I used Mr. Marondez's one.
Can I give this document to the witness? That is now the invoice that is attached to Sharon Neumbo's statement. Yes. What is the invoice number on that invoice attached to Sharon Neumbo's statement?
Now the invoice, before we get to the invoice number, is from this invoice from Cutler Seafood, Ltd. Las
Sir,
Palmas.
can you answer the question? What is the invoice number on that invoice?
And don't shout, just relax. Just relax.
We are not here for
Okay, my lord,
examination in
It's
chief.
2012.
Let me just caution that do not be argumentative.
Okay, my lord.
Yes.
Thank you, my lord.
Okay.
So it's 2012.
My lord, equally, my learned colleague should not shout at the witness.
Yes, that shouldn't
Slash.
happen.
Yes. May it please the court.
2012.011.1.
Yes.
Just repeat that, Mr. Hatuikulipi.
2012.011.1.
When was this invoice issued?
23 January 2012.
Okay. Can you go to your invoice that you provided in your bundle at page 54?
Okay, I'm there.
What is the invoice number?
2012.011.1.
When was it issued?
23 January 2012.
So it's the same invoice number,
Correct.
issued on the same date.
That's correct.
Let us go down the description.
I'm there.
What is the date under the description of this transaction?
18 January 2012.
B54, the invoice that you have provided, what is the date under the description of that invoice?
18 January 2012.
What is the description given for that amount?
Consultancy fee,
And what amount is it?
1.5 million.
1.5 million. The only difference is that the only change that was made is to whom it is addressed, correct?
Yes, all right, because this one it's a Cutler Seafood, Las Palmas. And the, sorry, and the other one is a Asia Mar Fishing,
Yes.
Namibia, Walvish Bay. Yes.
Asia Mar Fishing, Cutler, they are both subsidiaries
That's correct.
of Samherji group of companies.
That's
the
correct.
same persons.
That's correct.
Yes. Sharon Neumbo speaks to this in her statement to say she was paid 1.5 million from these guys, from the Samherji group of companies.
That's what they
Yes.
Yes.
So it would not make sense that Samherji would want to pay a duplication of invoices with their two companies for the same amount, with the same description,
My
with
lord.
the same invoice number.
My lord, I object. My learned colleague is speaking for Samherji now. It's clear from what we've outlined As he has said himself, he wants to portray because he has been caught trying to mislead the court. I'm saying that with respect. It's addressed, even if it's two different subsidiaries of the same mother company. It's addressed to two different entities. One cannot say it is the same. That's what I was objecting to, because before I made that objection, Your Lordship, my learned colleague tried to portray the impression as if it's the same invoice that is in the Namgoma bundle that Sharon Neombo talks about, and as the one that is in our bundle, the applicant's bundle.
And you only say that is not the same based on what you are looking at.
Indeed, my lord, because if you look at anything, the amounts and other things can be the same.
But there could be a witness who can inform this court that is the same.
If that witness comes, yes, my lord, but my learned colleague, my point is, my lord, my learned colleague is not in the position to say this is the same invoice.
So why are you not allowing him to deal with the question?
My lord,
Because he has laid out items that are very similar or almost identifies the two documents as being the same or related to the same subject.
my lord,
And you are simply picking another thing that is just different, but you do not have personal knowledge of these documents.
my lord, that I agree, and neither does my learned colleague. For him to say it is the same invoice, but there is just from different entities. It's on that score that we are objecting, my lord.
Okay.
He doesn't have personal knowledge. This Sharon Neumbo, who deposed of this affidavit, maybe would have knowledge of that. But my learned colleague doesn't have. And
So are you saying that although Sharon Neumbo refers to one invoice, it could be different from the one Mr. Ipinge is saying?
Indeed so, my lord, and that is based on the fact that if we look at the two invoices, and that's why I was asking earlier if your lordship has the invoices.
No, I'll certainly have the
They,
files.
they
I'll
are
always
addressed to two different entities. They might belong to the same mother company. They might have similar contents, but they are addressed to two different entities.
You see, why? Let's do it in this way. I don't know whether you are going to take it further, because all these items that you were identifying, such as the numbers and so on, I would want to hear from him, because he might, or he was involved in some of the invoices that would have been paid, and he knows, or he could have knowledge about the identification of these invoices. I haven't heard him comment as to whether these are the same or are different. So I'm just hearing you, Mr. Siomunji, objecting based on the difference that you see.
Not only that, your lordship,
Yes.
that we did object, but for my learned colleague to say,
Okay, I understand
obviously,
that.
Samherji would not want to do ABCD.
Okay, I understand
He
that.
cannot speak for Samherji.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Let me allow Mr. Hatuikulipi to deal with the issue.
No,
Just
my
a
question
moment.
was not posed.
Yes.
You have been in business, according to you. What you use to identify your invoices is your invoice number, correct?
That's correct.
Yes. These invoices bear the same invoice number.
You're right.
So it's the same invoice addressed to two subsidiaries of Samherji group of companies.
That's correct.
Good. And this same invoice,
So before you, okay, continue.
Sharon Neumbo explains that this invoice was for monies to be paid to the members of the JV so that they can sign up with Samherji. You see that?
That's what she said, my lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, from her explanation, it's not that she was providing them consultancy services. She gave them an invoice, the money comes, she distributes, please sign up with Samherji, to induce them to sign.
So did she say she did not provide any consultancy? That's what she said.
That's what I'm explaining to you at paragraph 13. This money was for them for her to distribute further to members of the JV so that they could sign with Samherji. So that is not consultancy.
That's what she said. Now, for her to answer, I cannot answer on her behalf. Yes. The reason, my lord, I brought this document, like what I've
So,
testified.
just,
Sorry.
just listen to the question. So, it's not to say that even though she's not charged for this, it's not to say that the label consultancy was legitimate. This way, man is to induce other people in the JVs to sign with Samherji, which is a corrupt activity.
That's for her to answer, my lord.
Yes.
They have nothing to do with me.
Just like your invoices, which says consulting is for bribes and forward payments to your co-accused persons.
No. Mine is different, my lord.
Yes.
So what do you make of the invoices? Are they the same, or is it one and the same invoice, or they
Well,
are
it was
different?
sent to a company in Las Palmas, my lord. Katla Seafood in Las Palmas. So Katla in Namibia, it was called Katla Seafood Namibia. This one is in Las Palmas, the one that came from Ms. Sharon's affidavit. This one that I brought, it says Asiama Fishing. So it's sent out to 2 different companies, but both are subsidiary of Samherji.
What does it mean?
It means, the one that you brought, it was sent to that company in Las Palmas, which is not the same company as this one.
But
that is the difference.
Yes, that's the only difference. And I think we have covered
Yeah,
that.
it was not sent to the same company. Somebody is having other different subsidiaries.
I understand
Yes.
that. It's just that I thought you are not addressing the issue that I want you to address.
Maybe I did
From
not get-
what I understand, how the question is being asked is one and the same document. Is it one and the same document?
It cannot be the same because where it was sent, it was not sent to the same. Yes, the reference.
Because there's you said you identify invoices using the invoice number.
The invoice number is correct.
Yes.
Everything is correct. The only difference is where it was sent.
And I'm asking, what does it mean now?
It means it was sent to a different company. I don't know. I'm not expecting when it comes to
Okay.
invoice, my lord. Let me not lie to the court.
All right.
Yeah, it's not for me to answer even. The reason why I brought this document to the court, much has been saying that the invoice that I provide only say consultancy. Then they ask consultancy for what? So I provided now this because I found this only in the additional disclosure. That's why I'm saying the same document from their state witness. It also says description, consultancy fee.
Okay.
Yes.
What I'm hearing from
But
you
mine is being made as if I was paid bribes. But on this one, they are silent on it. And it's their own document, my lord.
I don't think that's really the issue. I think you are being asked questions pertaining to the document.
Yeah, that's why I cannot answer
Yes.
actually on the document. I'm just giving a reason why I brought it, my lord.
Okay.
Because I found it in the additional disclosure. And I'm saying I was not even part of that meeting.
When you say they are silent on their issues, what are you referring to?
They did not even talk about it,
How
Mr.
would-
Mr.
how would-
Kanyangela.
Or you mean when he gave his evidence?
Yes,
But
but this is their own document. Only need to confirm this thing in the additional disclosure, my lord.
also you mean Mr. Kanyangela should have testified about it when he gave evidence,
Because he
and
said,
he omitted
yes,
it.
yes, but because he's saying, I only provided invoice as say consultancy fees. But the same, their state witness also did the same. But mine is backed by the agreements that I have. Does Sharon have an agreement with Samherji? That's the question. Did she provide any agreements to the state? That yes, this why I invoice consultancy fee is because I have such an agreement. Is it here or not? My invoices are backed by the agreement. And document 53 is clear, my lord.
That document relates to Sharon.
That's correct, my lord.
Okay.
But
so
is
Mr.
there
Kanyangela,
supporting agreements to this invoice? That's the question.
is it necessary?
Yes, to prove that, yes, I was doing consultancy. Mine is
You
different.
mean for Sharon to prove
That
that,
is
she
how-
was doing consultancy? She was
That
supposed.
is now her story. That's why I said,
Yes.
they say my invoices only say consultancy.
No,
But I said,
I'm only trying to really understand how you are explaining this issue.
because
To some extent, I understand you as if you are saying the witness should have dealt with or should have testified about documents pertaining to Sharon Neumbo when you are the applicant in this application.
correct. Because why I'm going there, Mr. Ipinge is saying, Sharon said she did not do any consultancy work. It's what he was
Okay.
saying now. Now I'm saying, my invoices are backed by the agreement between myself
Oh,
and
yes,
Samherji.
that one you placed evidence on the record.
Now for this one, he cannot ask me on this. He must ask Sharon.
Oh, that would have been the straightforward answer.
Yes.
Then he could have proceeded.
Okay,
with
he
the-
must ask Sharon. Thank you, my lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
You brought the documents so that we ask Sharon.
No, I already explained to that. Let's just move on. Let's not waste time.
Also, this document was introduced by him in this bail application.
That's correct, my lord. Like what I said, I got it
Oh,
from the
okay.
additional disclosure.
All right. You may proceed, Mr. Ipinge.
On the record, it was not withheld from the court. It was actually already in the bundle, Exhibit D, and it is page 388. And an explanation was given already by Sharon Yombo that these were bribes for the members to sign with Samherji. Now we will proceed. Now, according to this agreement, or to this statement of Sharon Neumbo, Samherji was prepared to pay Sharon Neumbo 1.5 million there and then to distribute to, among others, yourself, where she paid 200,000 to you.
Yes, I did not dispute that. Even in my previous bail application, I said, yes, the payment was made.
Yes.
But I said, I cannot answer to this thing. I'm not even charged with it. It's not part of the charges. Bring something that you have been charged me. I'm charging a criminal case. If you can just bring that, what count is it? Then we can deal with it. So I cannot deal with something that I'm not charged with.
It now refers to your testimony that they had cash flow problems. Is it really your understanding that they really had cash flow problems? If they could pay you through Sharon Neumbo 200,000 right there and then when Sharon just requested, and they could pay Sharon Neumbo an additional 1,300,000. Is that a person with financial or cash flow problems?
That the financial challenges came in 2013 after the long-term catching agreement was signed between the two JVs. This was in 2012, January. Maybe this was the cause of the challenges that they have because of cash flow. I don't know. I will not know, my lord.
Previously, now that is a new change in stance because when you testified, you didn't say from 2013. You just said they had financial problems. That's why they could only give you 300,000 in the beginning as an advance, which you were paid in January, February 2012.
No, man. I think, Mr. Maran,
When were you paid?
Let me
the
just
300,000.
It was in 2012,
When?
January.
January. Yes.
Correct.
And then that was an advance.
Correct.
Yes. Because from there, they could not pay you because they had cash flow problems.
That's
The issue of 2013, you are just bringing it
No,
up now.
what I've testified, I said, it's even on record. What I've said that when they paid me the 300,000, the advance one, then we delivered now the two JVs. Then after the two JVs, we deliver for long term. Our focus was on long term. So on long term, they told me they cannot pay me now for 2012 and 2013 because they have cash flow problem. And it's on record, my lord.
For 2012 and 2013.
20 years.
But here, it's 2012, they are paying Sharon Neumbo 1.5 million.
And
These
they-
are not people with
That's
cash
why
flow
I'm saying
problems.
they only told me in 2013 when the long-term catching agreement was signed. One year contract, that was nothing, my lord. Our focus was on long-term.
They only told you in 2013.
Yeah, our focus was on long-term.
Yet, in 2012, when you were delivering your services or for consulting, you didn't issue them an invoice to say, guys, here's my invoice. You have signed up 3 joint venture JV agreements. Though it's short term, I have delivered them for short term. Please pay my invoices. Why not?
No, I did not.
My lord, I object. That has been asked and answered. I don't know how many times my learned colleague will ask the same question. It's on record from yesterday. Applicant repeatedly said he was told when to invoice.
Yeah, I understand that, and you are quite correct about that. It's just that sometimes with the periods, years are being mentioned. Now I'm hearing him introducing for 2012. In 2012, he did not invoice. I would have wanted to hear whether it still relates to the same issue that he has been saying, to say, well, it's the same period that I was saying. I was waiting for them to let me know to invoice.
May I please the court?
Yes, so,
My lord, your
but I don't expect, what his point is to say, don't repeat the questions
No,
that
it's
you
not a
have.
repeat,
Okay.
because this witness now, just my previous question, he says he was only told in 2013 that they have cash flow problems. Now my question is, according to him, he did consultancy work also in 2012,
All right. That
but he
makes
didn't
sense.
issue them an invoice.
Yes.
What was he waiting for? Because he was not told they have cash flow problems.
Yes.
He was only told in 2013. Why not then invoice for your services?
The focus was not, it was on long term, my lord. Yeah, it was on long term, my lord. Yeah. And they inform me they have cash flow problem. Maybe by paying them share and 1 point whatever in 2012, that was the cause of their cash flow problems. I wouldn't know, my lord. Yeah.
So they prioritized sharing that was introduced by your subcontractor, then you, who was doing the job to get them the fishing quotas.
I said I cannot answer on behalf of Sharon. That's what I've said.
Yes. During this whole bundle, we now go back to the bundle that you have provided. We will not deal with all the documents.
My bundle.
Yes. B48, document number 4.
Number 4.
Yes.
Yes, I'm there.
It's marked B8. It is similar to many other documents, which I do not intend to deal with individually because they were already testified to. This document was available or existed already on the 12th of January 2012.
I didn't get the document number.
Document number 4, B8.
Yes. I'm with you. It was sent on the 12th of August.
Of January 2012.
That's correct.
You brought your bail application in the year 2022.
That's correct.
In that bail application, you brought the documents and email communications from the same email address as reflected there, thatuikulipi@gmail.com.
That's correct.
You did not bring this document number 4 and the rest of the documents that are contained under this divider, which you now printed from your email, correct?
It came from the email, yes?
From your email.
Yes.
I'm not talking about the ones from
Oh, okay, yeah.
additional disclosure. Clearly, maybe let me go directly to what was brought. The document, the emails that you had provided from the same email address in your previous bail application are contained at divider 19 of your bundle that you have provided to court.
They are what? Sorry.
Divider 19.
Okay, I'm there.
And the first document there was marked B16.
Yes, I'm there.
On top there, it shows that that document that you provided in your initial bail application was printed, was generated from your email address on the 23rd of August, 2021.
That's correct.
By then you were already in custody
That's correct.
after your arrest.
That's correct.
Yes. So, just as B16, the email that you provided in your initial bail application was available to you, you could also choose
No, it was not available to me.
to print document number 4.
No, it was not available to me on 2021. It would have shown 2024.
Can you tell us, you have printed from the same email address a document in 2021. What prevented you from printing an email from the same email address and only choose to print this email in April 2024?
So, my lord, the email that was printed in 2021, I had given my email address, so I had my password to my former lawyer for him to retrieve emails that we could use for the POCA to apply to answer to the answering affidavit of the POCA to support our defense, because the POCA was due to November for submission, my lord. So my former lawyer managed to retrieve what he got in 2021, the email that we brought here, and he was explaining that he could not print all the emails because some of the emails were not opening up, and the emails were a lot, my lord. That was his reason, but he said he managed to retrieve what he could use for us, for our support. So that's what happened in 2021, my lord. That explained to those emails on 2021. And I had never had access to the internet, my lord. I only gave him the password and my email address. So if you look at my bundle that I brought now, there are some emails that says 2023, like document 33, for example. It said 2023. So then, when I was preparing now for my bail now, I had given my brother access to my internet because my brother was based in the north. So I asked him that I have a problem. Some of my emails are not opening up, and I'm preparing for my bail application. So he said, just give me the email, I'll go through it. So I gave him my password, and he managed to open some of these emails that are dated from 15 November 2023. So while he was busy, however, on the 5th of December 2023, there was a court order from our trial judge for us to have access to the PC with internet access to assist us with our preparation of our case. So I used that time, my lord, to find additional emails to add to the emails of the 15 November 2023 that was retrieved from my brother, to add to this one, my lord, now. This explains now the email of the 15 November 2023. So what happened is, my lord, when I got access to the internet, I go through the emails, I write down the heading of the email and the date it was sent. So I had a long list there, my lord. I wrote down everything. Then I gave my wife to go give up so that they can go print. That's why if you look at the time, these emails were printed. It was the time that we were already locked up. 4 o'clock, some were printed at 4:27, some were printed at 5:59 p.m. That time we were already locked up. That's what happened, my lord. That time I never had access in November when I asked my brother to assist me with it, in support of my new bail application now, my lord.
It was only
My former bail lawyer, he told me some of the emails were not opening. He managed to get what he could use. That was for the poker. So when I brought the application, he said we're going to use this email in support of our bail application. But because the bail application only came in 2022, my lord. Yes. It was for the poker.
Mr. Ipinge.
So, by the time you brought the second bail application in 2022, you had not asked your brother to assist in accessing your emails and to print some of them because your lawyer had failed. You only did that in preparation of this bail application, correct?
Yes, my brother was in the north and he was not even reachable that time. Yes, he was not reachable and he was based in the north.
Your wife has been here. She has been coming to the court even in your initial bail application. You had not asked her in preparation
No, she cannot.
of that bail application to print these emails as she has then done, as you stated now.
There was already a struggle in opening the email. I asked her to try if the emails can open. Then she said it cannot. That's why I called my brother. He's an IT guy. He is specialized in IT.
So, in other words,
And then he managed. That's why I brought the evidence now, the email. If
So-
I had access to all the email, I would have brought it already.
by the
Why must I
time
hide the documents? I don't have any reason to do that.
you brought your initial bail application, you knew of the existence of these emails.
Yes, there have been emails, yes.
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 You knew the importance of these emails for your bail application then.
That's correct.
There is nothing that you have done for the preparation of your bail to access these emails and to present them to court. Because that was only for the poker. You made an attempt for the poker. You have not made any attempt in preparation for the bail application.
I did.
What attempts?
My lord, that is not correct. My learned colleague, with respect, gets ahead of himself. A lengthy explanation has been given by the applicant on the issue of preparation for the poker through his previous lawyer, and how the lawyer said some of the emails were not opening and so on, and then how the wife could not get access to the emails because they were not opening, and how he involved his brother who is an IT person. Surely, my learned colleague is still going through that. I don't know how else he wants to be explained to, but, and as I said yesterday,
Was that done for the poker or for the bail application?
for this one, this was explained, my lord, the explanation was given. Why the poker issue was explained, but for
Yes,
this one,
he gave an explanation.
He did so, my lord.
It's only that at times I feel we could move faster if you just allow your colleague to continue. If he was to repeat himself, Mr. Hatuikulipi there and then we say, but I just told you about that. And then we move on. Yes, because I understand him to be referring to the second bail application now. The last question was to say you had not asked your brother to assist you before the second bail application.
and your lordship, it's what I say. When I rise to object, your lordship,
Yes.
is when I feel it's unfair, because the explanation was already given. His brother was in the north and
Yes.
was unreachable.
Yes,
How
gave
else
that.
does he want the applicant to answer? And that's why I indicated from yesterday. My learned colleague seems to want answers that suit him. This cannot be.
But that can't be, yes. That
Exactly,
can
my
be.
lord.
But when the court feels that or can gauge from the question that it addresses another aspect of it, certainly it must be allowed to be ventilated.
May I please the lord?
Is there a difference in what you are trying to address here, Mr. Ipinge? Because your colleague feels you are repeating, and you are still
Well,
going
that-
back to the same.
That question, that answer, well, the objection came after the answer was given, after my question was already given.
Okay.
Yes, and I'll move on from there.
What was the answer?
To say my brother was unreachable
Yes.
and he's the IT person. That came from the witness now, and then the objection comes.
Okay, Mr. Hatuikulipi, for the second bail application, did you ask your brother, because there was the initial one at the magistrate court,
Yeah, okay, the second, okay.
then the second one on new facts.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Had you asked your brother to assist?
He was not reachable that time. Alone.
That's the time he was
Yeah,
not
that's the
reachable.
time. Then Mr. Bieker said, what we have, it's enough for now, because
Okay.
he tried so many times, but the thing is not opening up.
Okay.
I think, my lord.
In 2020,
That's how now I called my brother, asked my brother.
No,
He's
no,
not. 20?
your
Oh,
first
sorry.
bail
Oh,
application
okay,
was
sorry.
in 2020.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Did you make any attempts to get these documents?
2020.
In 2020, before you brought your first bail application.
No, I did not. He never even asked. I did not.
But you knew they were available by then. Also.
Yeah, the emails were there. Yeah.
So it's not that they were not available to you in 2020. You just did not make any efforts to make sure that you have them and to present them to court.
No, it's not that. I never had access to the internet, my lord. Yeah.
In 2020, when you brought your first bail application, you were represented by a legal practitioner, the same legal practitioners. You gave your password and email address to access them for the poker.
Yes. At that time, I did not give it to them in 2020.
Yes.
Yeah, he never even asked for it.
Because you didn't want them to be
No, it's not that. I have lawyers that give me advice. Yeah, they never brought it up. Yes, that's why it was not brought to that attention.
But this was your main defense. It was available on the emails. You failed to give your legal practitioners who were consulting you that please retrieve these emails for me, just like you did for the poker application.
Yeah, they never even asked for it.
So these emails, they do not qualify. What I'm driving to is that they do not qualify to be new and to satisfy the requirements of new facts before this court.
They do because they were not available that time. These are new. You must look
Right.
at the date.
We'll go through these emails. Yesterday, I have taken you through the stance of the state with regards to your involvement with the JVs. In that, the state does not dispute your involvement with the JVs. The allegations of the state is, as per Mr. Johannes Stephenson's statement, that the payments you received were not for your involvement in the JVs. It was bribe monies for the Namgoba project as well as for the Fishko project. You understand that?
Yes, and I disagree then.
Yes. These emails that you have provided, there is no particular email that says you are being paid for your involvement in the relationship between Samherji and the JVs, correct? There is no single email that talks to payment. That payment is for the JV relationship with Samherji.
I've referred you to the document yesterday, and I've answered to that.
Which one?
The one for, let's say, Katla invoice, the one from Johannes Stephenson.
Can we go there? Is it document number 33?
33.
Yes. Maybe if all parties can go to that document, and I will read it to you from top to head. Hi, Tamson. If you say the VAT is inclusive, it will be a problem for you. It should be excluded as you should get the whole amount. Regards, Johannes. Then there was a response. Okay, boss, I'll ask them to change it. That is it for the whole of document 33. reading this document, it does not say what the invoice is for, correct? Does not say what the invoice is for.
That's correct.
It does not say that this invoice is for services that you have provided between Samherji and the 3 JVs. It doesn't say that.
Correct.
Correct. Now I'm asking for an email that says that from your bundle, because that is the bond of contention from your previous bail application even.
But does the email say that I was paid bribe?
Sir, you are not here to ask me questions.
It also does not say I was paid bribe.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there a document in your divider 2 that says you are being paid for your contribution toward the relationship between Samherji and the JVs? I asked you that, and then you said it's this document. Now we have an agreement. It doesn't say that. Is there any other?
The ledger account from the accountant of Samherji in my previous bail application?
That is not new. It's not even here. We have dealt with that, correct?
Okay. So is this one. This one, it says that if you say the VAT is inclusive, it will be a problem for you and it should be excluded. This is the invoice that I submitted to Samherji for services provided as per the agreement between myself and Samherji. Yes, that says consultancy fee. Yeah, and it was paid. It's clear in the ledger account. It was
What
paid.
did you say about the ledger account, Mr. Ipinge? I did not hear your remark.
The ledger account, the issue of Adele Pay, we canvassed that in the second bail application.
Okay.
And it's not even brought here again.
Oh, okay.
It's not a new fact. It has not been testified to in examination in chief. That has already been exhausted. I'm talking about in his bundle that he now provided, because this is a bail application on new facts. Is there anything talking to that you are being paid for your contribution between the JVs and Samherji? That's what I'm asking.
I understand.
And he says, document 33, we have gone through it. He confirms it does not specify for what he's being paid for.
Yes.
Yes.
Your Lordship,
Mr. Chairman.
I just wanted to still remind my learned colleague, the court, in case he has forgotten, in the determination of this bail application, although that document, the ledger account, has not been introduced, the court will have to examine the old documents as well as the new in making a decision.
Okay.
That is the law. May it please the court.
But for purposes of this
What was
cross-examination, what I don't think he's closing the door for the applicant to say he can argue about it, because it's already, what he's saying is to confirm it's already part of the record. In other words, when arguments are being made, if it becomes one of the issues to look at, certainly the applicant can argue to say, have regard to the ledger account. It supports this contention.
Yes, Your Lordship,
Yes.
but the impression created where he's saying, no, that is already dealt with in the previous bail application, as if he cannot even make reference to it.
Okay.
And that is why I caution to say, my learned colleague has that habit. That's why I said that the law says the examination of the old facts and the new facts in making a decision. That's what the law says. So he cannot inform the applicant because he has made reference to it, say that that is already part of the old bail application.
Thank you, Mr.
May it please
Samherji.
the court.
That's the second one.
Are you looking for any other document?
Yes,
From there?
just give me.
My Lord, I see it's past tea time. Perhaps whilst the witness is looking for the document, it's ample opportunity to adjourn for.
I'm getting it, I'm very my lord.
I mean, the court hands.
Yes,
I'm
no,
just
that's,
alerting
that's
the court.
fine. I felt we could just proceed until lunch hour, but it's fine. I'll allow the parties a health break.
Yes.
Should it be 15 or 30 minutes,
15 minutes.
Mr. Swamunji?
Well, since my learned colleague indirectly asked for it, I think 15 minutes for him should suffice.
Thank you. What is the time there, Mr.?
It's 20 minutes past 11.
20 past 11.
Yes.
And let's proceed at 20:40.
2040.
Yes.
As the court, please.
Court agents. Before we adjourned, you were searching for something.
But it's fine, my lord, we can
Okay,
proceed.
Mr.
Yeah,
Mr. Ipingi.
Yes, yes, indeed. So there is no such document here in this bundle, but let us go to the sale of fish. B46,
Let's document.
B43.
43, no?
This is about Lazarus Shweda introducing the army to you. Have you testified about this in your bail, in your initial bail application?
When you say this, the current one?
No, no, no.
The previous one?
The previous.
No,
one.
no, no, no.
But even without,
Just for following through the objection, did my learned colleague say B43
Yes, document
B46?
40,
or B46?
B46.
Document?
B46, document 43.
So it's 43, this one.
B46.
Letter to the, okay.
B46. So it's document 43.
Yes.
Okay.
May I please the court?
Thank you, Mr.
Even without an email, you knew of the army that were interested in fish from Namibia.
Repeat your question?
Even without the emails, when you did your second bail application, you knew of the army who wanted to procure fish from Namibia.
No, no, I forgot. I know with confined in prison, it's not easy to remember everything. Yeah, it's very difficult. Yeah, I did not even remember it. I did not remember all the clients even.
Yes.
Yeah.
You remember in that bail application, I also specifically asked you, apart from Robert Logistics, who else you could not provide an answer?
Yeah, that's why I said I could not remember, I cannot remember. That's why it's better when I get a document and I present it to the court.
Yes.
Yes.
So, but these things happened already in 2017, so it's prior knowledge that you had about this DRC army that wanted fish. It's prior knowledge that you had.
My lord, like what I said, I could not remember everything. Much has happened from after my arrest. So it was not for me to remember. I cannot. That's what I'm saying. I could not remember everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, it is not fair to have a situation where a person comes to court for bail application. The following day they remember something, then they return. I mean, that's the purpose why new facts are restrained for those that did not exist or that was not available.
My lord,
These issues,
my lord, I have to object there. My learned colleague is presenting an argument to this witness. He should reserve that for submissions. It's not him, because he's telling the witness that it's the issue of new facts. You cannot remember something, and so that is submissions that he's making, basically.
Is it not to give him a fair opportunity to comment or deal with the issue before he argues about it?
I mean, the court's hands, but I view it as an argument that he's making before this witness.
Maybe the... Okay.
Please, the
Well
court.
noted, Mr. Siamunji.
so in other words, it existed and it was available to you. You just didn't present it.
Available to me, do you mean in my initial bail application?
Yes.
No, it was not. This document.
Not the document, the knowledge of the army wanting fish
Do you mean
from Samherji,
Do you mean on my email address? Was it available? Is that the question?
not on your email address,
Oh, now when we started now?
not now when you started.
I'm confused.
Before you started your second bail application,
Second,
you knew that you had other clients.
That's correct.
You did not present all the clients to the court.
In the initial bail application?
Yes.
Yes.
You did not include the army of DRC.
This document in my initial.
Yes. No, even in your verbal testimony.
Oh, you mean like that? No, I did not.
Yes.
Yes.
And interestingly, also from all these documents, apart from the travels to DRC, apart from by Jackie Tiet and Lazarus Shiweda, and the request for pricing, there is no email that talks to the actual buying of fish from Samherji. The order, there was no communication of ordering fish. It was just request for pricing, travels to the army.
Yes, they required, yes, you are right. The quantity that they want to buy from Samherji.
They
The quantity that they wanted to buy from Samherji, they made,
inquiries.
no, just let me just get the whole document. If we go to document 48, page 2 of 2, on top there. We say, please note, as we indicate in our earlier correspondence, we currently only have the following product available and ready for shipment in our olive bay. So the 286 metric ton, was marked at 25 plus, 20 kg, 11 containers. 260 metric ton, was marked at 20 plus, 20 kg, 10 containers. We can fill the balance of your order for the next incoming vessel from sea. We look forward to receive the full confirmed order. So they were just waiting for
Document?
48, page 2 of 2. So we can fill the balance of your order for the next incoming vessel for sea. So they were ordering the fish,
We look forward to receiving you
full confirmed order.
order.
Yes.
That full confirmed order is not part of any document.
Yeah, no, it's not here. Yes, it's not here. You're right.
So this is just Jackie telling them that they can order, but we have no proof whatsoever from these documents that they indeed ordered.
You're correct.
Same for Philip, which is document 49.
Yes, I'm there.
These emails only pertain to you requesting for prices. There is nothing showing that this Philip, in actual fact, at the end of the day, ordered any fish from Samherji.
Correct.
So, in all these documents, there is no invoices. There is no confirmation of how much fish these clients you purportedly introduced to Samherji bought, so as for you to be entitled to a commission of, you say, mingled with now your consultancy, which we have dealt with. It is worth 75 million Namibian dollars.
Do you mean these documents or any email part of this document
Yes.
that indicate that fish was sold?
No.
Is that your question?
Not that indicate that fish was sold. The quantity of the fish
Oh,
that
no,
was sold,
yes, you are right. No, there is no.
the price that was paid for the fish, so as to determine the value of the fish sold to these purported clients that you introduced to Samherji. That is not contained in the documents you brought.
That's correct. There is none, my lord.
Now, that flies in the in light of the evidence that the state had already presented, and I do not intend, because we have dealt with it already in the previous bail application, and it's on record also for this bail application. From page 98 of the email bundle, the small bundle that I also gave you a copy yesterday.
I gave it back to Mr. Marandesi yesterday.
Sorry. It's here. Page 98, my lord, the exhibit number was D3. It goes hand in hand with page 99. In your former bail application at page 483 of the record, you recorded that you didn't want to answer to this document.
Yes, I remember.
So this pertains to an invoice that you had forwarded to Ale, Arnason, JTH of 5.1 million on the 24th of August 2017. Ale Arnason then forwarded it on the same day of the 24th of August 2017 to Irene Rodriguez, who we have already covered to be the overseas financial person, an accountant, correct?
No, I don't know what she is.
She is.
Yeah, no.
So he was forwarding this invoice of yours, and he says, "Good afternoon. Please find attached second quarter payment for Namgoma out of the 4 payments." In other words, when El Arnason was forwarding your invoice for payment, it was for Namgoma, the second quarter payment out of the 4 payments. So even Ale, right now it's not Johannes, Ale put your invoice to be that of Namgoma.
But did I not comment on this thing? I said I will not know how they will pay me. Yes, I submit my invoices for my services rendered. How they pay me, that has nothing to do with me. That was my answer, and I say I cannot comment because I was not part of the communication between Ale, Ingwa, and Irene. I only submitted my invoice for services rendered. How they pay me, I don't know. That's none of my business.
It's not about how they pay you. It's what they regarded your invoice to be for.
But what does the invoice say?
No. The email says that that invoice is for Namgoma, correct?
Yeah, it's what it says. It's for them to answer now, my lord.
Yes.
It will be unfair for me to answer on their behalf. Me, I only submitted my invoice for JTH, consultancy fees, and that's the amount, and they paid. How they paid me, I don't know.
That goes on. I will not touch because we have dealt with these documents in full. There is D5 as well. Your invoice, JTH invoice, you forwarded to L. Arnason for 4.9 million. He was
It's not an objection again, but which page is my learned colleague dealing with now?
page 11, 111, marked D5.
I'm indebted.
Again, when he was forwarding it to Irene, he gave a title to it that it's for Namgoma.
That's what it says. But me, I only submitted my invoice for my services rendered. It's now for Ale and Irene and whoever, for them to answer on this.
We go to page 121.
120. One there.
It goes together with 120 and 119. It's D6. So, interestingly there, it's a breakdown of an update.
Page 121.
Yes.
Okay.
For 2018, it's update for created on the 30th of December 2018.
Just a second.
Is it theirs? Is it final?
That is final.
Oh.
And it started payments done to JTH Trading / Namgoma.
Are you, which page are you? What, 120 or 121?
121.
Okay, I'm there.
That D6. D6?
Yes,
D6,
D6,
yes.
my lord, yes.
It's part of this. So, you had given invoice, they say that the year was 2018, the tons, the metric tons given was 10,000 metric tons.
Where does it? Okay.
Tons bought.
Tons bought, yes.
Price per ton, 1,800
Yes, I can see that.
per ton.
Mm-hmm.
Total amount that needed to be paid was 18 million without VAT
Okay, yeah. I see that the corner.
and 20.7 million with VAT.
Yes, I see that.
Now, there's then a breakdown of how these payments were made.
Yes, I see that.
First invoice, 6 March 2018 for 575
Yes, I see that.
was paid to JTH Trading and the reference is consultancy fee.
That's correct.
15 March 2018, 5.4 million paid to JTH Trading, reference is consultancy fees.
That's correct.
14 May 2018, 575 JTH Trading consultancy fee.
That's correct.
27 July 2017, 2.8 million JTH Trading consultancy fees.
That's correct.
Total, and then this payments to Namgoma was just on the 28th of August 2018, 2.3 million paid to Namgoma.
Yeah, I see that.
So they were now making a balance that total paid was 17.1 million with VAT,
I see that.
and pending payment was 3.5 million.
I see that.
Yes. So your fees were commingled with that of payments to Namgoma to bring to a total of what should have been paid of 20 million point seven for the quota, for the 10,000 metric tons quota.
I see that. So
Yes.
that's what the document say.
Yes.
But the invoices that are submitted, it's clearly indicated here that payment of 500,000 for JTA for consultancy fee. They don't say Namgoma, it say consultancy fee, as it's described in my invoice. So if they paid me, that's why I said it's difficult now for me to talk on behalf of Samherji. If Mr. Ale and whoever prepared this thing can come talk for themselves, it will be unfair for me to talk on their behalf.
But
I
at least,
I can only talk of what I have submitted. It's for services rendered. And it's made clear here, consultancy fee.
but for they have broken it down. They are saying this we have paid to JTH, this we have paid to Namgoma. What is outstanding is this for their quota of 2018. That is what the table represents.
But what is important is consultancy fee,
That's the reference.
going accordingly to the invoice. Yes.
Again, just to show you that they have always regarded your payments as that for Namgoma.
It's good that you are saying they, not me, they.
Samherji.
Yes, Samherji. That's why,
Samherji.
that's why I say it's good that you are saying they.
Now, that conforms with the statement of Mr. Johannes Stephenson to say all the payments they were making to you, these payments they were making to you was for the Namgoma project.
But this is 2017. Johannes was not here.
Exactly.
But Johannes does not say that. Does he say that in his affidavit? Can you just show the court where did he say that this payment was for Namgoma? You have the affidavit with you of Johannes. Where does he say that?
You can argue that.
No, it's not to argue,
it's
just
not
show.
To question me.
Yeah, let's just show it to the court. He does not say this.
We can go further to page 143. Three.
Yes, I'm there.
This goes together with page 100 and, up until page 147. You see that?
Up to 147, no?
At 147, Namgoma Fishing had issued an invoice 21,
What page are you now?
147.
147, just a second.
Namgoma Fishing had issued an invoice
I see.
of 1.5 million,
I see that.
right?
I see that.
You see the invoice, the text invoice there is number 21,
I see that.
right? And then the email at page 143,
Page 143, yes, I see that.
yes, is Irene writing to Ale, who was in charge of the operations by then.
Okay.
Says, hi, the invoice is not correct as they are invoicing 500,000 Namibian dollars more than the amount that should be. Please see details below.
I see that.
Then it says pending payment.
I see that.
Total owed for 5,000 tons at a rate of 1,700 Namibian dollars per metric tons plus VAT.
I see that.
Then it says payments done as of 24 April 2019,
I see that.
so on that quarter.
I see that.
First payment, JTH trading 3.6 million.
I see that.
Another payment of 1.5 million was paid to Namgoma itself.
I see that.
And then another JTH trading 3.6 million paid to your company.
I see that.
Total payments 8.7 million.
I see that.
So, and then she calculated that the outstanding amount should then be 977,000.
I see that.
You go to page 145.
145. And there?
Once that was communicated to them, Ricardo Gustavo, on behalf of Namgoma Fishing, issues a correct invoice of 977,000.
I see that.
In other words, payments you are getting for 2019, 3.6, were to make up for the 5,000 metric tons that was given to Namgoma.
I don't know, my lord, and I disagree with that.
But according to that table, that's how it is
Yes, that's
crafted.
Yeah, they are between Ale and Irene. Yes.
So, in light of the state having brought emails showing that your payments were for Namgoma, you have not to date, that was already in the previous bail application, you have not to date brought anything to say my payments were for consultancy, my payments were for commission.
Document 59, my lord, my bundle. If you can go to document 59. If you look at for 143, that table that Mr. Ipinga was referring to, these are the same people that said I must change the concept of my invoice from consultancy to sales deal commission, my lord. And this table that was presented to Mr. Ipinga is a payment done as of 24 2019. So it was 3.62500 and 6.2500 also. But if you look at this table now, my lord, it's from the same people that were communicating. They sent it to me after I provided my invoice for services, my lord. And this invoice, the first one, it was paid on the 14th of March, 2019. But the one on the table, it says all this payment was paid as of 24/09/2019. So, my lord, this invoice clearly indicates that services was rendered for Samherji. And when they wrote to me, they never mentioned whatever it's on the table, that how they paid me this money from Namgoma, whatever. And they made it clear that it's from the sales deal commission, the whole 7.8 million. The other one, I have no knowledge. I'm not even copied into the table that Mr. Ipinga provided to me. So the one that I know is the one that I was copied to.
In other words,
And it's talk about the same amount that he's talking here, my lord. Yeah. That's
let's-
why I say I cannot speak on behalf of them. But here, this is a clear document where I'm copied into.
let's go to B61,
B
document 58,
of my bundle.
because 59 goes with 58, correct? That's how you testify. That's how they were handed in.
No, 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 no. It's not like that.
Yes.
No, no, no.
Document
was it the
60,
same?
B61 is page 58 and 59. That is B61.
Mr. Banga, can you just confirm that? Because I don't have them in B or...
B61, I think, is the email from Adel Pay. Is that correct?
Yes, is that one? Document 58, right?
Yes.
Yeah?
And then 59 is JTH invoices to be amended.
That's correct.
Yes. So I don't know what my learned colleague is referring to. And also the issue that they were handed in together. Somehow I sympathize with my learned colleague because he was not here. I believe it was Mr. Lutibezi and Mr. Marondeze who were here when the applicant was giving his evidence in chief.
No, he was here.
Or was he here?
Yeah, he was here.
Then he shouldn't be mistaken. Then how does he testify to things that he doesn't know? We say that they were handed in together. The bundle was handed in, yes, as all the documents together.
Yes.
But for my learned colleague to say that 58 and 59, 58, B61 and B62 go together, that was never the evidence of the applicant. So that's why I'm wondering where he got that from.
Well noted. Thank you.
Just consulting the record, my lord.
Yes.
So I'm sure of what I'm talking about.
Yes, please. I indicated any time you can.
Oh, okay,
you can
thank
take,
Okay. The evidence is at page 284, when they were testifying about document 58 and document 59.
284.
Of the current record. Says, the testimony of the applicant. My lord, document 58 is, you look on top there, it's an email from Adel Pay. Adel Pay is the chartered accountant of Samherji, sent 25 July 2018. Are you with me, my lord? Yes. Okay. Yes. After she attended this meeting at the tax office, it was brought to her attention that there should be proper description, if I may put it like that. Correct. It was never communicated to you. That is correct. That is how I understand your evidence. No, no, no. I only came to learn about it on this email that was sent to me by Ale, which is document 59. In other words, document 58 sent between Ale, and then 59 was communicated then to him later in 2019.
Remember, we're trying to make correction there, my lord. You remember that's why I said document 58. Let me just make it clear. The email from Adele and Ale was never communicated to me.
Yes.
So 59 is the only time that Ale told me that consultancy fee, the invoice that I've submitted for my services rendered, I must change the new reference to sales deal commission. Yes. When this was communicated to them by the Ministry of Finance, whoever was, when Adele Pay was there, she never communicated it with me, neither Ale did that.
Yes.
So I continue invoicing as consultancy fee. So when I invoices now, 2019, for my invoice, for my service rendered, this is the time now Ale told me that, change the description. I think maybe, I cannot speak for themselves. Maybe they were now going now into line with document 58 when they submitted their invoices for VAT. That's how Ale corrected now that, okay, the new reference is sales deal commission.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It goes hand in hand. To say,
But if you put it
Adele Pay, can you listen to the
sorry,
question?
sorry.
Adele Pay gets this information from the taxman, that further description must be put on the invoice, communicated to Ale.
Correct.
Ale doesn't communicate it to you right there and then,
Yeah.
but does so at a later stage with document 59.
In
Yes.
in 2019,
Yes,
after a year.
yes,
Correct.
yes. Thank you. So, the only thing that they wanted to be changed here, according to this, is the reference so that they can comply and legitimize the reason these invoices are being paid, because the taxmen, the auditors, they had questions. It doesn't say that that was the purpose of the payment. It's to legitimize. You cannot put corruption on your invoice.
I disagree. I cannot speak on behalf of the taxman.
You want to put right on
Because
your
invoices have been already invoiced to the taxman. Even the one that they say I must only change from invoice to tax invoice. It says consultancy, but they did not make that recommendation that change the consultancy. All the other invoices that were sent, they never made anything. If you can refer to document 50, I think it's 52. This was another invoice. And then Samherji needed me to conclude the agreement from the verbal agreement that we had to be put in a written agreement. And there was an invoice of 1 million that was paid for consultancy fee, which we first entered into a verbal agreement. So for the purpose of audit, we needed now to conclude the written agreement. To do what? To support when they do their auditing that this money, it was paid for consultancy fee as per these agreements. These are the services. And I think it was going well. Only in 2018, July, or is it June or July? Sorry, July. And they said at least add something. Only after that. Yeah, but all those years, the ministry never had any problem.
Can I go forward with that? You see, document 59, the reason why I say it's just for audit purposes is this. You can answer. All these invoices were issued and paid already by the 13th of May, 2019. You see there?
Sorry, Mr. Ipinga, just
13th of-
repeat that for me.
All these invoices were issued and paid
Yes.
by the 13th of May 2019 already. You see there,
13th of May.
2019.
Are you talking about now the?
The 3.6, 500,000.
No, it's not 13th of May. That's the 5.575. If you look down, not the whole invoices. 575,000 was 13 May 2019.
One is in March, Mr. Hatuikulipi.
Yes, one is in March.
One is in April.
That's correct.
The last one is 13 May.
Correct.
So all these three invoices we are dealing with were already issued and paid by 13 May 2009.
Correct. Correct.
Yes.
I see that.
The email is dated that was sent to you to amend. Was sent to you on the 29th of June 2019, a month later.
Correct.
Yes.
This is what I'm saying. After
Listen.
oh, sorry.
They wanted the invoices changed after they have already been paid, just for purposes of their audit. If they wanted it to be really changed, they could have done so upon presentation before they even pay, to say, please, we cannot pay this, it have the wrong description. They didn't do that. They waited for a month before they could go for the audit, for you to amend them, just for show to the auditors.
My lord, no, before he answers, again, my learned colleague, before that question is answered, should indicate whether that is the position or the instructions he got from Samherji, that is exactly what happened, that it was just for auditing purposes that they wanted that invoice changed, or it's his own making. Because I've seen my learned colleague normally tries to delve into even the thinking of Samherji. That's why earlier on I was saying, is that what Samherji say? If they say it somewhere, either through a statement of one of the witnesses from Samherji, then he should say, this is what is said as per the statement. If it's his own making, or his own thinking, or what he has come up with, then it must be clear.
Okay.
My Lord, this exercise, I have laid a basis towards that question. To say these invoices were paid. One was paid in March. One was paid in April. It still bore the description consultancy fee when they were paid. One was paid in May. Still having consultancy fee, right? In June, a month later, after they have already been paid, also according to...
That's a summary after they've been paid.
Yes.
By
Samherji, to him.
who are you referring after they have been paid? Who was paid?
Like the accused,
Oh,
JTH.
okay. Oh, all right.
Yes. After the accused was paid for invoices with a reference consultancy fee,
Yes.
in June, a month later, they tell him, change them to sales deal commission. Why? Because at page 58, they say an email from Adelpay that when we go for the audit, they do not, the VAT people do not want a description consultancy fees. That is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And he can comment to that. This is cross-examination.
Yes.
My lord,
And I've laid a basis before I ask that question.
it is, but my lord, he should, because my learned colleague now is putting it, he's thinking for Samherji. That's where I have a problem. If he says, according to the document, it says that, that is fine. We have no qualms with it. But he's saying that because they wanted to cover up for audit purposes, that's now my learned colleague's own thinking. It doesn't say anywhere there
Is he not
that they
the-
want to cover up for audit purposes.
Is
And
it
that's
not-
where it's getting dangerous for him.
Is it not because there is an email to that effect that it's for purposes of auditing? That's why he's asking like that.
Yes, my lord, asking, and he is saying they want to cover up. What do they want to cover up? Is that what the email says?
Oh, okay.
And
So
that's where I have a problem, because that's why I said my learned colleague goes overboard.
Okay.
And that's why I said that he must indicate either maybe there's a statement from Samherji where they say, yes, we wanted to cover up for audit purposes, that's why we did A, B, C, D. Then he has a basis.
fair enough. Fair enough, Mr.
May it please the court.
So, my lord, there's some correction there.
58. It was
Correction.
only for VAT audit purposes.
Apparently, you want to?
I heard when you say they said for auditing purposes. The email that said for auditing purposes is document 52. It's not 58 or 59. So this is a different one, 52. Just for correction.
Yeah, I read, my lord, 58.
Yes.
I made
just want
this
to make
note
it
to
clear.
myself when
No,
I
let me just-
attended the VAT audit in Windhoek. The tax officers at the ministry specifically requested that when we receive invoices for consultancy fees, they want the service provider to add more details on the nature of the consulting fees.
So that I understand very well, this was not meant, it was also meant to include for future purposes, but also retrospectively. The invoices that had already been paid were supposed to be changed, or it was just going forward
Going forward.
or going forward.
But then, that was only communicated in June, whilst they had already paid invoices that were having the description consultancy fees. Yes, that is my point.
Okay.
So the changes was not, do not pay if the invoice says consultancy fees, no, because they did pay that.
Okay.
For audit purposes, they must read otherwise. Sales deal commission. That's all.
And like you said, my lord, it's a good thing my learned colleague read the email. It doesn't say anywhere that they need to cover up anything.
Okay.
So what was put to the applicant was misleading. May it please the court.
Okay. Let me not have us debate so much on that, except to say, do you have any comment regarding what Mr. Ipinge was putting to you about this?
Yeah, he mentioned something like for auditing purposes. So I was just trying to correct it. The one that Samherji said, as
Okay.
discussed, this is document 52, my lord. And this is an email for Ingvar Peterson sent to me, Johannes Stephenson copied into.
Okay.
Yeah, they attached, the subject is the agreement. Attached, it was 2016, this was 2016 now. High Tamson has discussed we need agreements for the attached invoice, preferably before audit start after 4 weeks. It can be similar to a contract we did with Erongo Clearing and Forwarding. Regards Ingo.
But the invoices he's referring to as having been paid, you confirm that they were paid?
Which one now?
The one in May, you made reference to one in May
Oh, the one for document
March.
50,
and March, you,
the one for Dr. 59.
59.
Yes, they were paid, man.
okay.
Okay, thank you, man.
And they were paid at the time where the reference was consultancy fees.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I said document 58. The email and its content was never communicated to me.
Yes, I understand.
Thank you, my lord.
And the change only came after even the payment was made, and only they were changed to sales deal commission.
Correct.
What was the purpose of changing it if it was already paid?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
What's
You are
the-
the
email
the
is
issuer of this document.
So it's-
The invoice have been paid?
When I've now picked up this in the additional disclosure 58, my lord, it shows that for them to be in line what the Minister of Finance have said. Yeah, and they did that now.
That is the purpose why you changed them, for them to be in line with what the
It's
minister
not me
wants.
that changed them. They told me they have to change the invoice to this now.
Yes.
And I think when I discovered this, it was in line for this, what they were told by the Minister of Finance.
Yes.
And it's what they did.
So why didn't you refuse to say, no. Why should I change my invoice? My description there of consultancy fee is accurate. Why should I change it?
Yes, I
Did
did.
you dispute?
Yes, I did ask him. The time that they called me, they said, I have to change. When they sent this email, I asked him what's going on. Then he said, no, you have to change from consultancy to sales deal.
Why?
That's what the ministry told him, apparently. Yes.
So it was to satisfy the ministry.
They were told that they must add something. What is the purpose of why was it paid? It was for the sales deal, and it's in line with my agreement. Yes.
My Lord, we've run out of all time. It's 1 o'clock.
Okay.
If we can adjourn so that
Yes, that's in order.
we finalize shortly after lunch, my Lord. Cross-examination.
Okay. Thank you. We'll adjourn for lunch and resume at 2:15.